Hi, my name is Justin Swirling. I'm in the Computer Repair and Network Technicians course. My theme for the project is Computers and the Internet. My first video I'm reviewing is called The Internet Could Crash, We Need a Plan B by Danny Hillis. In this video, Danny starts out by showing us a book that contains every person that had an email address in 1982. He talked about how it was such a small community and how everybody had trust with one another. He then stated that if we had a book with the same information nowadays, it would be estimated to be 25 miles high. Danny explains how much we rely on the internet today and how much of a success it has become. But he warns us about the bad guys out there and how the internet is in a vulnerable state. It's so much bigger than it was in the past. Like he stated, in 1982, it was just this many people using it. He explains how we need to have a plan B just in case the internet was to ever crash. Imagine if the internet crashed and what effects it would have on society. I agree with him. It would be pretty catastrophic. Danny wants to inform people and make them realize that we need a plan B, and he was very happy to come to TED and let the people know his ideas and how easily and relatively cheap it could be. He thinks that all we would really need is ways for hospitals to communicate with police departments and things like that. Just easy, simple things. I personally think Danny is right, and not many people are worried about this because they feel like the internet is not broken, why fix it? By coming to TED, Danny was able to tell his people about his concerns, and I think he got his point across. In my next video, it is titled, Let's Teach Kids to Code by Mitch Resnick. He explains how young people are referred to today as digital natives, but he disagrees with this by pointing out the fact that most people have experience with technology, but it is limited to, for the most part, like things like browsing and texting and Facebook and things of that nature. He thinks if we could start teaching kids how to code and create at a young age, this may benefit them in the future. Him and a few colleagues created a program called Scratch, which introduces kids to coding in the most simple way possible. Mitch's goals for this program were to teach kids to code, but also teach them problem-solving techniques and help them develop different ways to learn. He then stated that if you can learn to read, you can read to learn. The children who used this program were very happy to be learning, and it was an enjoyable way for them to start learning new things, and at the same time learning valuable techniques such as coding, which they would be able to use later in life. You can visit the website and try Scratch out yourself at scratch.mit.edu. I did it myself, and I can say it is very interesting, and I would like for others to try it. In my final video, I did a review on the 100,000 Student Classroom by Peter Novig, and excuse me, he starts out by telling us that we are all learners and teachers, which I agree with. His first teacher was his mother, who tutored him at a very young age. Peter grew up to be a teacher himself. But Peter noticed problems with his teaching methods and said that they were basically the same as 14th century teaching methods. Him and his colleague, Sebastian, decided to change their teaching methods by using today's technologies to their advantages. They decided that a one-on-one tutor-like environment was the best approach. Basically the same way his mother used to teach him, was the one-on-one. They wanted to teach as many students as possible, so they took an overhead camera to simulate the one-on-one teaching by recording short 10-minute lessons with a quiz at the end of each video. One student said that he felt like he was sitting at a bar with a friend who was explaining something to him that you haven't grasped yet, but that you soon will. This is exactly what Peter was shooting for, and this made him very happy. Students told him that they were seeing examples of what they were learning everywhere they looked in their everyday lives. And this is exactly what Peter was looking for. He didn't just want them to memorize formulas, but he wanted to change the way they looked at the world around him. And he feels like his teaching methods, which are one-on-one tutoring methods, were the best way to do this. He now has over 100,000 kids learning through his videos online, and it has been very successful, and I am happy for Peter and his colleagues. And this concludes my video presentation, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.